Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? This your boy, Yo Babe, say, what's up, Records Lid Productions. You already know. But we going to get into another tutorial. In this tutorial, we going to be getting into the way you want to start your mix off and get better mixes off the break. This mainly for uh, beat makers, for them off the break, like who just making beats, and you know that's all you into right now is making beats. And this technique gonna work for everything though, like you add vocals and everything. But I ain't great going depth on the whole mixing process and how you should EQ and what you should do with that and how you should compress and all that. That ain't what I'm going to get into. Uh, I ain't gonna say that you gonna have to figure that out on your own. I got tutorials on them kind of things, and I will get into that in depth too. But in this tutorial, it's basically on it's a catch up on the same thing I talk about a lot is game staging, but we gonna prefer to it as getting your level true. We gonna say we calling it true. We gonna say it's true leveling right now. What we doing? Basically, we ready to make sure we true to the level of what we talking about. And what I mean by that is making sure your fader is what it's saying. How much peak volume you have, knowing that that's what you got. So this will make it easier for you. I mean, if you are a person that use a MIDI controller or uh, a controller period or a real desktop, you know what I mean, a console. If you're using a console on anything, right? Control surface, whatever you want to call it. If you're using anything of that manner, I got an iPad one. I got a what you call it, a tablet one too. So I use both of them, and they work great. But I notice they working way more better when I know exactly how much volume is in them because I'm knowing what it now. Once I got accustomed to it, I know what that look like. That which light should be lit up for at 10 dB because it's little lights on them, and it's like I think what like it's like 14 to 16 lights on there. So I'm just knowing that it's like four lights lit up on my touch doll when I know I'm at like 10 dB. So and then once I'm used to that and I'm knowing, all right, I must be at like 6 or 3 dB when I'm at five lights and things like that. I can walk out the room, put my wireless headphones on, and I really can mix sitting down in another room and really get just a mix. And basically, is getting the mix. What you really want to become getting accustomed to is getting the mix out your faders. You're not supposed to get the mix out your plugins. You're getting the sound to sound good out your plugins to make each track sound good. And that's what I'm getting ready to stress right here. Like, we going to go at it the old school way and how they would do it. And it will be basically always trying to track a great recording first. And since we know it's not recording, we're dealing with MIDI and audio files and things like that because we be in the digital world. But we going to treat it like that, like if it was playing back and you mixed it or when you EQ'd it and compressed it right there, like if you was on the SSL console. So we're gonna use a British channel, and I basically dialed in some stuff. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta get into the particulars on that. I got my compressor on, I got my EQ on, and I basically got the track to what I wanted to sound like, right? And then I also turned it, made sure I'm maxing out at as close as I can get it because I normally can use this plugin and I make it precise exactly at the meter, but I ain't gonna make it precise exactly at the meter because I got that in as monitoring just in case if it's going too far I can trim back. But if I don't got to trim back, I ain't gonna make it precise. I'm gonna just make sure I'm not clipping. And as close as I can get it to clipping because I'm using the SSL model, so I wanted it to feel like that and it won't be hardly no way I'm gonna get it exact on the XSL console. If I was using that, it would be, I'm gonna just turn the knob to as close as I can get it to not clipping. So I'm gonna use that same quality in here. So basically, this is what basically we got with the sound. Now you can see it isn't passing 10 dB. And so basically, that's what I'm going to 10 dB. So you'll notice my fade is at negative 10 dB, right? So that means this is a true fader right now. That whatever I give this, if I put this at 0 dB, this is going to be at 0 dB. It ain't going to go over it. It only went over because it's a MIDI plugin, and that's going to do that when you first start it off. Let me say that again. It's only in Tracktion when you first started off with the MIDI plugin, it'll make that spike happen. Like sometimes it do it, sometimes it don't. But that don't mean you clip right there. So remember that. And the closest I'm getting is 31, negative 31. So that's close enough. That's true. I'm saying that. So when I move this fader, I'm knowing I got the recording I wanted out of it because I EQ'd it and compressed it to what I wanted if I was using the console. So that's what I got. And now my fader is true. So then I will put my fader in perspective where I would want to start my mix. And where I start my mix is negative 10 dB. So I will put it there, negative 10 dB. And then I will go do this throughout all the song. All the tracks. For using this method, on this method, like I'm using the SSL method. So I'm going to go track for track so I can solo the track because I'm thinking of it as if I'm recording it. So I'm going to solo the track and get a great recording because I'm going to go down to 10 dB, remember, negative 10 dB, and then I'm going to start my mix from there, mix in what I want to mix in, then go do my automations and rearrange where I want my clips to be and all that. So what I do all my mixing and everything with the files that I just got. And then also using this method, I think it worked best when you don't have as many tracks. When you're using this method, when you go max all of them out instead of mixing down to whatever you want your fader to be. See, so say if I want my fader at negative 10 dB, sometimes I will put my fader there first and then mix back it down to there and then go mix up again from that point, if you can understand what I'm saying. So with this way, it works better the more realistic you think about making it and don't have a bunch of different sounds. Like if you make it seem like a real band, and I say no more than like 18 and 19 tracks as far as music, your music tracks. I mean, I ain't saying that's not counting doubling up the track. Like if you made 2 kicks and it's, but I'm talking about your sounds. How many sounds you got? Like no more than like 17 to 18 sounds, basically. And that, like I say, that's not counting you doubling them up. I ain't counting that. I'm talking about the sounds you're gonna have, and then make them max them out to as loud as you can. Put some limiters on your kick and snare and your hi hats. Max them out, and then put them back down into 10 dB and start your mix from there where you want to put everything at. That's what this video was about, basically. Just getting your level in. making sure your fader is true, putting your fader true. That pretty much was it, man. So I'll get back to y'all with the next tutorial. Peace.